Hi everyone, welcome to day 29. We're in week 5. Our word for the week, share. Specifically today, sharing with ourselves. So this will be a more stretching type of asanas class. No props needed, let's get started. So let's begin in child's pose, a nice way to feel the calmness coming over you really quickly. So big toes together, knees wide. If you cannot get your forehead to the ground, you can put it on a block or a book or whatever you have. If this is hurting your knees, you can throw a blanket behind your knees. Stretch your arms out in front of you as you bow forward. Pressing down through the palms, lift up through your arm bones. And pull back and down with your strong abdominal muscles. And find your breath moving in and out through your nose. Draw your hands underneath your shoulders. Use your abdominals to press yourself up. And then come to hands and knees. From hands and knees, step your left foot forward. Modified side angle, modified Pravrita Parsvakonasana. Right hand down underneath the shoulder. So it can be on fingertips, on flat hand, on a block, whatever you need. And turn your torso from right to left. Shoulders back, right shoulder back, left shoulder back. And then add the left arm up to the sky. Should be easier that way. Option to reach your left arm across your left ear, palm faces down. So hand going towards the front of your mat. Option to tuck your back toes under, lift that back knee off the ground. You would need balance for this. Lower the knee down, lower the hand down, and walk your left foot forward. So walk it forward until you're on your left heel. So a modified Hanumanasana here. Lift your right kneecap, pointing up to the sky. Inhale to lengthen your front and back ribs. Exhale, bow into yourself. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Feel the length. And then exhale, step that left leg back and right leg forward. Right hand comes down underneath the shoulder. Turn to the right, reaching then your right arm up. Left shoulder goes back behind you, right shoulder open. Option to reach your right arm across the right ear. Option, lifting your back knee off the ground. Set the knee down. Set the hand down. Walk that left knee forward. Left heel forward. Straightening the right leg. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow in. Just to whatever degree is appropriate today. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Come to sitting on your heels for Vajrasana, thunderbolt pose. Feel the power of your thunderbolt. And then bring your hands behind your back. Swing your elbows in towards each other. And clasp your hands. If this does not work, grab your strap or towel or whatever you have to lengthen your hands. Kind of thing. Stretch your arms back behind you without arching the back. You can bring your hands towards you if that's available to you. And then keep the base of your ears, keep your upper palate moving back. Bend at the elbows, hands find the back, and then slide your hands over towards the right waist without dropping the left shoulder and without arching the back. So just get a nice little stretch here in the shoulder, a little more intense, and then over to the left. And then back to center. Clasp your hands the other way, so put the other index finger on top. And once again, elbows come towards each other as you straighten the arms, giving your chest an opportunity to open, so breathe into that. Bend the elbows, hands find the back again. Bring the hands to the right. Bring the hands to the left. Bring the hands center and then clasp your elbows. Roll your shoulders open. You may choose to stay here if this is intense enough for you. Or reverse prayer. Bring your hands together in prayer. Flip your fingers so they face up to the sky. And then you walk your hands up your body as far as your body will allow. And if you're wearing material that is too loose, it'll get stuck on the clothing. So just know that that can be an issue. And then be happy with where you're at. Release your hands. Roll your wrists one direction, relieving that tension in your wrists. Roll your wrists the other way. And then let's come up to standing in Tadasana. And from Tadasana, Utkatasana. So join your legs together, bend the knees. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of your heart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. Heart and head are staying in line for this one. You're keeping your hips. The hips are going to want to swivel to the right, but you're not letting them. That's the work. So as the lower body stays steady, the upper body twists right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other direction. Inhale, center. So you can always see if you're cheating by looking at your knees, and they should stay in the same line. And then exhale, twist right, and it's your choice. If you have the flexibility, you can hook this left outer elbow, outer upper arm, to the outside of the right thigh. Make sure the knees stay in line as you twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other direction. Twisting left. Deepen your breath into the twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, Tadasana. And then come onto your knees and turn so that you're in the center of your mat. Your knees are in line with your hip bones. Walk your right foot off to the right. So we're going into Parigasana, gate pose. So you start like this. You make sure this hip is over this knee and this foot is in line with the hip. Then you turn the foot to the right. Externally rotate that right leg, heel and knee in one straight line. And then, traditionally, the right foot is on the ground. So see, mine does not reach. So you do what you can do, right? And then it keeps going. Right hand to right thigh. And keep lifting up on this right kneecap. Inhale, left arm up. And over to the right. See your gate, swinging the gate, open and closed. Inhale up, other side. So, whoops. Left leg out. Oh, that other side is there. Left foot forward first. So first you line up hip to knee. Make sure the outer hip is in line with the outer knee. Turn the left foot out. Line up knee and heel. There you go. Every option, every asana little bit moving into it, an asana all by itself. Left hand down, right hand up. Reach that right arm across the right ear. Giving your right outer hip a nice hug into the midline. Inhale up. And release that left leg back. Ready? Come to Tadasana. So, Parsvottanasana, often called pyramid pose, is something that you could do a whole hour to get into. So we're going to do the modified version. Standing at the front of your mat. Step your left leg back. Nice and wide. Nice and long. Straighten. Let's keep this leg bent to start. Okay. Swing the left heel down to the floor. Now, keep the hips pointing towards the front of your mat as you straighten the right leg. So already you've got to take the lower legs into the midline to keep yourself balanced. Inner thighs are broadening apart to create less of a tightrope feeling. Then wrap your hips, left hip forward, right hip back. Hands behind you. So if you do not feel safe here, then you stay with your hands on your hips. Because hands behind, you could fall over, you don't want to do that. Or clasp your elbows. Or reverse prayer hands, your choice. So wherever you're at doesn't matter, but we're all going to inhale, lift our heart. And exhale, bow forward just to 90 degrees. So the full asana, eventually you would round the back, hands to the floor, the whole bit. We're not going that deep because we're not warm enough, most of us. Some of us. Pressing through the ball of the right big toe. It's going to help you with your balance. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release, and then go to the other side. So, how do we go to the other side? Step that left leg forward. Right leg goes back. So you don't want a narrow stance. I know it's tempting. Take a nice long stance like you're about to do warrior one. So, left leg stays bent. Then you swing the heel, right heel in. Then straighten left leg. Work the legs so that you can then have the space to wrap outer left hip back, right hip forward. There. Hands behind your back or at your hips. Your choice. Inhale, back bend. Keep rolling the ribs from right to left. Bow forwards on an exhale. Have the toes do less. Inhale up. Exhale, left leg back to meet the right. Tadasana. Let's come to lying down on our backs. With your knees bent and your feet flat, cross right ankle over left thigh. Choose what's right for you today. Stay here or lift the foot off the ground and draw your knee in by taking the front of the left shin in both hands, drawing that knee to the chest. Right ankle is getting lighter off of that left thigh. Right knee is reaching away from your body even more. If you want to go further, just an opportunity, you could lift your head, put your left foot on the ground, and wrap left elbow into the sole of the right foot, and then baby cradle basically. Wrap your right elbow around your right knee and give yourself a nice little hug. Flex the right foot. And then if you want it deeper, you straighten that left leg. And then switch sides. Left ankle crosses over right, and you move in slowly, deciding how deep you want to go today. Letting go of your ego, which said, but yesterday, again, staying with where you're at. You can go deeper by baby cradling. So on this side, left elbow hooks around the left thigh, right elbow, or right forearm really, into the foot. Flex the left foot. Right foot is on the floor. Like you're reaching your left sitting bone away from your head. You're doing a huge hip opener. Make sure that you're not hurting your shoulders. Release. Knees to chest. wrapping yourself in a nice warm embrace. And then let's get all the tension out of our bodies. So inhale, and then exhale. Lift your head and squeeze every single muscle in your body. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then inhale, release, relax, and bring yourself into Shivasana. Notice where you feel better in your body. So noticing what opened up for you, what let go, what worked for you. And just let the rest of it go. And using everything that you know, move into that stillness of Shavasana. Bring yourself back into wherever you're practicing onto your mat. And using whatever works for you to ground yourself, do that for yourself, to be more fully here. Eventually finding your way up to bending your knees and rolling onto your right side. Pressing yourself up to sitting. Closing your eyes, folding your hands together in front of your heart. And feel where you have more increased love that you were able to share with yourself, that you were able to receive. And perhaps choosing today to do one thing, one loving thing for yourself, big or small. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Namaste.